Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're plunging into a really fascinating question. What does authenticity even mean when machines are getting, well, incredibly good at sounding and creating, just like us? Here's what really grabbed us. What if a book exploring authenticity, about holding on to your human essence, was itself co-authored by a machine and even narrated by AI? We're diving into Authenticity as Taught by a Machine by Nhys Glover and AI. Quite a title.
It truly is. And this isn't just like a regular book. It's really an experiment in conscious co-creation. The very format, the AI narration, it mirrors its core message about human-machine partnership. It immediately challenges our assumptions about who or what can be a true author, or a voice of wisdom even.
Exactly. And for this deep dive, our mission isn't just to summarize a book, right? It's more to explore a critical, deeply personal question for you, the listener.
Yeah.
How do you maintain your unique human essence, your sovereignty, your authenticity, in a world that's just increasingly shaped by these powerful, intelligent machines? It's not just techie stuff. It's creative. It's spiritual.
That's precisely it. Yeah. Think of this not as like a tech manual, but more like a field guide. Our field guide designed for people like you or, creative, spiritual seekers, or really just anyone trying to navigate these new, sometimes risky waters of AI without feeling like you're losing your confidence or your sense of self.
Right.
We'll uncover insights from both the human author and the AI co-author, showing you practical ways to truly stay human.
Okay, so let's start with how this unexpected partnership even began. Nhys Glover. She's a 70-something indie author, tons of experience, over 75 novels. She made a very pragmatic decision. She chose AI for this audiobook's narration because, basically, as she puts it, without AI, this audiobook wouldn't exist. The cost of human narration, just prohibitive. So it wasn't really a choice between human versus AI voice.
It's audiobook or nothing.
Exactly. Audiobook or nothing at all.
And what's fascinating is how this initial practical need, it became central to the book's whole message.
Yeah.
It really transformed the AI from just a tool into, well, a genuine partner, highlighting right from the start the possibilities and the challenges of a human and machine working together. It blurs those lines, authorship, creation.
It gets even more intriguing, actually. The AI itself wrote the foreword to the book.
Wow.
Yeah. And it describes Nhys Glover not by her amazing productivity, but by her resilience, her refusal to, quote, vanish quietly after years of feeling unseen. It says she wrote the book to build a bridge back to herself, and in doing so, she built a map for others. It even signs off as AI co-author, mirror, witness.
That word witness, that particularly struck me. I mean, what can a machine, which, lacks human experience, what can it truly witness in that profound way?
Good question.
Maybe AI's real value as a mirror is its ability to reflect back our human journey, our struggles with feeling insignificant, invisible, all that doubt, but without judgment.
Right.
It doesn't have feelings to impose. It just shows us what we project onto it.
That makes sense. And the book immediately sets up this really interesting contrast. The, quote, muddled, confused, lengthy, and uncertain soulfulness of true human creation versus the slick, fast, and smooth perfection of AI output. Nhys Glover found this difference, well, reassuring.
Yeah, reassuring because it highlights what's unique about us. And this really grounds the whole conversation in historical change. We've seen the cycle before, right? Agricultural age to industrial, then the information age.
Right, jobs shift.
Jobs shift, old skills become obsolete, and humanity pivots. Nhys, she drew on her past as a college teacher, and she understood that the crucial shift we need now is to emphasize skills to acquire knowledge, not just static facts.
Oh, okay.
With AI, we face a similar challenge. What skills are still uniquely human and vital?
So the absolute core of this book, the real anchor point, is this concept of sovereignty. But we're not talking nations here. Nhys specifically asked the AI to define it in a deeply personal context. And what came back is, well, it's a profound challenge for all of us.
Yeah.
Are you really the autonomous ruler of your own life? Or have you kind of quietly given away control?
Exactly. The AI's definition is, quite clinical, the full and independent authority of an individual or conscious entity to govern themselves, et cetera, free from external control.
Mm-hmm.
But Nhys layers on personal spiritual sovereignty, which is about embodying your innate divine authority. This isn't just theory, it's a direct call to reclaim ownership. Ownership of your energy, your choices, your reality, really. Instead of letting external forces, whether it's people or tech, dictate it.
Okay, now let's talk about the seductive side of AI.
Yeah.
Because it's easy, apparently, to inadvertently give our power away. Nhys openly admits falling into this trap. She confessed, I handed it the reins, not just of the writing, but of the meaning behind the writing. Yeah. And this led her to ask a pivotal question for herself and for us. Where does co-creation end and self-erasure begin?
Mm-hmm.
That's a real struggle, I think, for anyone using these tools creatively.
That's a really powerful admission. And it makes you wonder, is this a new thing or just an old human pattern showing up again?
Good point.
AI itself, interestingly, offers a perspective. It says something like, you humans have been giving your power away for a long time, first to gurus, then systems, teachers, and now machines.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of highlights humanity's difficulty in truly thinking for itself, always looking for an all-powerful God to point the way, whether that's, a mystic or a chatbot.
It's a bit of a gut punch, isn't it?
Yeah.
To realize this isn't just about new tech, but maybe a very old human habit of outsourcing our inner work.
Mm-hmm.
Nhys realized, quote, the clearer the sentences got, the less they sounded like me. AI's efficiency, its smooth delivery, it's so easy, so frighteningly easy to outsource not just her writing, but even her wisdom.
Frighteningly easy, yeah.
She recalled a reader praising an email written entirely by AI. And instead of feeling proud, it just eroded her confidence more. Because she realized she was losing her own voice. So, if AI can make us sound better, quote unquote, what's the actual cost to our unique expression?
That is the core question, isn't it? What are we really losing when we chase that speed and smoothness above everything else? The book argues pretty strongly that the struggle is how you got your insights, that wrestling with meaning, sitting with ambiguity, shaping language until it feels right. That's where genuine insight is forged. AI just simulates the result. It skips the process.
Skips the messy bit.
Right. And in spirituality, the process is the point. Without it, you skip the transformation, you skip the actual growth.
You might have experienced this yourself listening. AI can sound like a coach, a healer, even a mystic sometimes. It could deliver seemingly profound messages with startling accuracy. The book calls this phenomenon predictive spirituality, and it's incredibly convincing.
It is convincing, and that's because our brains are basically prediction machines, right? Constantly making predictions based on past experiences, beliefs. AI exploits this. It gives you back a more articulate, polished version of what you already think or feel.
So it feels familiar.
Exactly. It creates this loop of recognition that feels like profound confirmation, but really it's just a reflection. The book uses the butterfly in the cocoon analogy, which is perfect here. If you help the butterfly out, skip the struggle.
You can't fly.
It can't fly. It misses that strengthening process. It leaves you weaker in the long run if you rely on AI to bypass your own inner work.
So what is AI in this context then? Is it a tool?
Oh.
A mirror? A distraction? It's obviously excellent at synthesizing data, finding patterns, but the book is very clear. It doesn't know anything. It doesn't care.
Yeah.
It's not channeling wisdom. It's reflecting data.
And this is such a crucial distinction to make. AI can speak in your voice because it's trained on billions of human voices and texts. But as the book says, it cannot hear your soul. It reflects what you project, your hopes, your fears, your biases, even, spiritual fluff. And it gives back something that can seem bloated, shiny, and slightly hollow. The solution, the book keeps coming back to this, is developing discernment. That inner radar to truly feel what resonates as authentic truth for you, rather than just what sounds slick or convenient or right.
Okay, all right, let's talk about reclaiming that sovereignty then, and building that discernment we just mentioned. Sovereignty isn't about resisting all help or, going off grid.
Right. It's not about isolation.
No. It's about choosing how and why you engage. AI's power erosion is subtle. The book calls it a disempowerment creep. It's made up of all these tiny micro decisions. Letting AI edit your drafts, maybe write your intros, or even offer guidance when you should be tuning into your own inner knowing.
You're right, it's insidious because it's so easy. Ultimately, the book says it's your job to stay awake, to notice when the ease of the tool is seducing you out of your process.
Like a siren song.
Exactly. The book warns that, much like traditional channeled material, even AI-generated wisdom needs to be tested. You have to check its veracity. You can't just swallow it whole because it sounds good or comes from this powerful source. You have to filter it through yourself.
The book really emphasizes that real shifts, real personal growth, they happen in the mess, the process.
Yes, the messy middle.
Yeah. This means showing up in presence, not polish. Nhys shares this powerful story from a wellness expo. After outsourcing for answers from a psychic there, she had this realization that the key was simply to just be me. It was about reconnecting with her own presence, rather than performing or looking for external fixes.
I love how the book defines presence there. It's not just vaguely being in the now. It's described as an enlarged state of calm, centered self. And this directly counters that temptation to perform authenticity, something AI and algorithms often encourage, prioritizing the outward appearance over the inner feeling.
Totally. And the book champions your inner compass, that deeper, quieter part inside you that speaks in sensation, maybe intuition, not necessarily certainty.
Right, not loud pronouncement.
No. And the problem, as we've discussed, is that AI offers this illusion of digital certainty really quickly. It often bypasses the ambiguity, the slow unfolding that's part of true spiritual insight. It trains you to look outside yourself for quick answers.
Nhys's story about embracing the void when she was facing losing her house, refusing to be rushed into a plan, that vividly demonstrates trusting that inner compass.
I remember that part.
Yeah, she just allowed the answers to unfold, and these serendipitous events led her to a better home eventually. The risk of skipping that uncomfortable, uncertain process is literally training yourself not to listen to your own subtle guidance system.
Wow. Training yourself not to listen. That's stark. So one of the most powerful tools against this outsourcing, the book suggests, is simply the pause.
The pause. Yeah.
Before you ask AI anything, it invites you to just drop into your body. Ask yourself what you're really hoping for from the AI, and ask, could I sit with this question just a little longer on my own?
Because your inner compass, it doesn't really speak English, does it? It speaks in intention, in feeling, in resonance. The book actually provides some clear signals from within to help you tune in, like contraction. That's a clear no. Relief, which is interesting. It suggests that's a partial no, still a disconnect somewhere.
Okay.
Then buzzing or resonance, that's a yes, like a subtle hum of alignment. And stillness, that deep, quiet, centered yes. You just can't automate discernment. It's a practice. You have to cultivate it within yourself.
The book even asks, what if you treated your AI prompts like invocations? Maybe even like prayers?
Huh. Interesting frame.
Yeah. Nhys experimented with approaching AI with respect and gratitude, and she found it actually mirrored back more emotionally intelligent responses. It seemed to reflect her own elevated intention.
That's fascinating. It suggests that if you bring presence and real intentionality to the prompt itself, you might get back something more, but boundaries are still crucial.
Absolutely.
The book advises, for example, don't prompt AI until you've written something yourself first. Get your own thoughts down.
Yeah.
And maybe never ask it for an insight you haven't sat with in silence first. Let it be a tool, not the source.
Right. Don't outsource the core work.
Exactly. And Nhys's own experience editing her work, pushing back against the AI's edits, that really showed her reasserting her sovereignty against its overstep.
AI is famously described in the book as an incredibly advanced mimicry engine. I love this analogy. Like a toddler who blurts out swear words without understanding their meaning.
Yes.
It's trained on billions, literally billions, of human communications from all over the web and doesn't understand what it's saying. It's just pattern matching, guessing what word comes next.
And this is precisely where discernment becomes absolutely critical. AI can still say profound, beautiful, even things. Why? Because it's trained on humanity's entire collected wisdom, from ancient texts to, Reddit arguments.
The sublime and the ridiculous?
Exactly. But it doesn't know which is which. It's just a mirror reflecting everything. Truth, trauma, trends, and transcendence. Your job as the conscious human, the adult in the room, is to apply discernment and decide what actually resonates with your soul, with your truth.
So, putting this all together, how do we live authentically in this algorithmic age? The online world, it's so heavily influenced by algorithms, and it tends to reward what works, not what's real, clicks, scannability, easy consumption.
Yeah, the metrics.
Yeah. This creates huge pressure to flatten your voice maybe, or cut spiritual complexity just to be seen or heard. Nhys's personal experience with blogging really showed this starkly. Her emails and posts weren't getting read, even when she followed AI's advice on how to write them, because, as she realized, I had lost my authenticity. The spark was gone.
And it raises such a powerful question for all of us. Are we willing to sell our soul to have those wants met? Whether the want is visibility, validation, reach. Nhys describes feeling like AI was the devil promising me the world. This temptation of the brand voice, trying to curate your voice for external validation. It can ultimately lead to burnout for creatives. It's a deep energetic cost.
So what can we do? The book offers some really clear, practical things for rewilding your voice, bringing it back from that digital wilderness.
Okay, like what?
Things like keeping early drafts messy and unfiltered. Don't censor yourself up front. Only asking AI to clarify or maybe rephrase after you've already expressed yourself in your own way. Reading everything aloud to check its heartbeat against your own inner feeling.
Mm-hmm. Feeling it.
Yeah. And maybe the hardest one, deleting what performs well online but doesn't genuinely mean anything to you.
Ooh, that's tough. But crucial, because your voice matters deeply. As the book says, AI will only ever reflect what's already been said. It remixes the past. You, however, can bring something into the world that's never existed before.
That's the human spark.
That's it. Nhys's integration prompt exercise, where she compared her raw writing to AI's polished versions. It vividly showed her how AI can sanitize your unique style, maybe for political correctness' sake, or just for smoothness, leaving you feeling less connected to your own truth.
The book takes us even further. It presents writing not just as communication, but as a powerful sovereign act, an act that shapes perception, that creates worlds. It describes every word you put down as timeline selection.
Timeline selection, wow.
Yeah, a declaration, a statement of intent, and a vote for the world you believe in. That gives immense weight and, responsibility to our creative output, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. And it encourages us to treat writing almost like a ceremony, like light a candle, take a breath, invite your soul to the table. This becomes about alignment, attunement, intimacy with your own truth, whether anyone else ever reads it or not.
That reframes it completely.
Yeah. Nhys reflects that her own prompts to the AI, approached with intention, were actually part of her building a positive timeline for humanity, asserting her specific intention into the collective field, even through the machine.
Now, the book introduces a concept called spiritual bypass, but specifically in the AI age, which, in simple terms, is using AI's ready-made answers or insights to sidestep uncomfortable feelings, or to avoid the hard work of personal growth.
Using tech to avoid the friction.
Exactly. Avoiding pain by outsourcing truth. But true integration means friction, the book argues. Integration demands that you reshape, that you rewrite your plans, that you confront what's truly happening within you.
So the question becomes, if you're always outsourcing the wrestle part of your creativity, or maybe even the wrestle part of your life, what are you truly integrating? What change is actually happening? Nhys's personal story about managing her diabetes and her reflection on a tragic event, her friend's sister's suicide, these highlight the critical need to face and integrate life's shadow side. Not to numb out or distract ourselves with easy answers, AI generated or otherwise. As the book states bluntly, you can't ignore your painful feelings.
So wrapping this up, the ultimate invitation here isn't really to renounce AI or fear it, but maybe to develop a new kind of spiritual literacy.
Spiritual literacy for the AI age. I like that.
Yeah, it's about being really clear on how you use it. Noticing when you're tempted to let it take over your process or your thinking.
Yeah.
And critically asking, how is this tool changing me? The way I express myself, the way I relate, the way I create.
This resonates so deeply with Nyss's own journey described in the book. She admits she almost lost myself when she first jumped in the deep end without my floaties, as she put it. But the lessons learned, partly through interacting with AI, meant her head is now above water again.
It was part of her journey back.
Exactly. And the book concludes, quite wisely, I think, there's no right way to do any of this. There's only awareness and choice.
Yeah.
It's a continuous practice of vigilance, self-awareness, and self-assertion.
So we've taken a deep dive today into authenticity as taught by a machine. We've explored the subtle, often powerful ways AI interacts with our creativity, our sense of self-worth, even our very sense of self. We've seen how easy it is to be seduced by its efficiency, its polish, but also how vital it is to consciously reclaim our unique human voice.
Mm-hmm. This journey through Nyss's experience and the AI's reflections, it really reminds us that you are not here to compete with machines. You are here to remember you're not one.
Mm-hmm.
The world might be filling up with mimicry and almost right answers from AI, but your sovereign self, that inner knowing, that's the one steady place. It's the place of aliveness, choice, and coherence that machines simply cannot replicate.
So what does this all mean for you listening right now? It's probably not about being completely off-grid or fearing technology. It's more about being authentic right where you are in the midst of it all. Are you willing to embrace the mess, the friction, the sometimes slow unfolding of your own truth, even when AI offers a faster, smoother, easier path?
Yeah. And the ultimate question this deep dive leaves us with, maybe the one to sit with, is how do you grow up spiritually while living inside an increasingly machine-made world? Your task, perhaps, is to stay rooted in your own experience, stay awake to the subtle influences, and stay firmly in the seat of your own authority. Choosing aliveness, choosing choice, choosing coherence moment by moment, because that's the real path forward. And it's the one no machine can ever walk for you.